please. Hold, 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 please. Okay, I was just checking to make sure my audio was intact before I started talking, because y'all know sometimes Murphy be playing with me. Hi, babes. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? It's your girl, Brown Girl Bella here, and welcome. If you've never been here, welcome to Brown Girl Bella's Sunday Sips. So if you're new, you know how we do. And if you're a returning babe, welcome back. How do you do, everybody that's new? Make yourself comfortable. Come on in, relax, grab your sips today. Today, I am sipping on a protein shake for me because we getting back at it. I just saw Sherry Shepherd in person, and we started our workout journeys together. And baby girl is looking good, okay? Stomach almost flat. She got a little booty now that she wanted. I'm like, girl, I need to get on my A game. Clearly, she lapping me in this here workout tail. So grab your little drinks, and I'm gonna put on some makeup, and I'm gonna talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind. And I'm gonna start with this film that has made me breathless. Not because of any like fancy plot twists or any high drama, but because of how it made me feel. And I'm talking about Tyler Perry's newest release, Straw, that is out now on Netflix. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, so fret not. But I just wanted to give a safe space because I needed to share how very deeply this movie moved me, especially navigating life as a single mother, just trying to get through each day without a real support system to help me. Um, I felt like even as I was sitting there for the Q&A and hearing each of the women talk about their own feelings about straw, it didn't um, pass me by that all three of these women are all single mothers. Um, and there was just a sense of, I see you and you see me in that moment. And there were many times, even during the Q&A, where I just like choked up. And as I'm watching the movie unfold on Friday, there was this like quiet ache, I want to say, that really, really stuck in my soul. Um, and it was something that rarely happens on screen. Rarely do we see women who, for whatever reason, not life just knocks them down over and over and over again. And as I watched this movie, I got the feeling again of being just stretched to your limit, to trying to hold it all together, trying to be that brave soul that is trying to, keep this mask going, while in the inside, everything is just unraveling in real time. And you're trying not to show it. You're trying to put on that brave face. Like I said, Taraji was talking about, being that strong Black woman and how it is really hampering us as women and as men. Because I see a lot of men, you got to be strong. You can't cry. You can't do this. You can't do that. You got to be a strong Black man, a strong Black woman. Well, what Taraji said in that Q&A and what I brought out in my kind of wrap up of that was that we are not fixtures. We're not meant to be just strong, stoic figures. We are meant to have all of these different ranges of emotion that everybody else is allowed to have, right? Stop just trying to hold it all together. When you are exhausted, when you are overlooked at work, when you are doing triple, quadruple the amount of labor for even half of the recognition and still expected to show up, to smile and handle it all, it's a lot. It's a lot. And be a strong Black woman and a strong Black man at that too. So if you've ever wiped your tears while in the bathroom at work, I'm talking to you. If you've ever questioned, why me? Why am I going through this? Why can't I give my children enough when you're just running on fumes to get by? I'm talking to you. And if you've ever felt like you've given more than you have, I'm not just talking monetarily, but about giving more than you have to your friends, to your family, to everyone, and you have nothing left to just keep yourself afloat. Not going, just keep yourself afloat. I'm talking to you, and so is this movie. This movie is talking to you, and this movie is for you. Listen, I'm going to keep it a full buck here, as I always do. Tyler Perry, to me, didn't just make a film here. He held up a mirror to all the emotional labor that many of us carry in silence. And while straw, does not give you a neat, tied up bow resolution, it gave us something even more valuable than that. It gave us validation. It gave us a glimpse that people see us. There are some out there that see us, that see the struggle, that want to help, that genuinely care about you. You may not have found it yet. You may be still searching for that, but your tribe is out there. And if you're still searching, know that Brown Girl Bella has a space held up for you. All right. With that, I'm going to shift gears, woosah myself, because I've been trying to put this together for the longest time. And, I erased some things, I wrote some things, I erased some things, I wrote some things, but I really had to get it out because this movie meant a lot to me. And I hope you see it. I hope you all see it. All right, let's get to these comments because I know it's jumping. All right. Hey, Kat, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, she's at a music fest today. All right. No worries. Enjoy. I hope she enjoys that. I'm gonna put some I think this is Summer Fridays. Yeah, Summer Fridays serum on. I need something light for my face today. I've already put on my moisturizer, my sunscreen, all that good stuff, but I felt like I needed just a little bit more something, hydration, something. So I'm putting on this Summer Fridays. It is the CC Me Serum, brightens and illuminates the skin. Ah, all right. No worries, no worries. Hey Sylvia, how are you? And you need to live your truth with this movie. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Hey Edna, welcome in. Have a great day too. Happy Sunday, everybody. Yes. Maybe I need to watch this movie again because I was not this affected by the movie. Yeah, I was surprised at myself, but like I said, even during the Q&A, I felt a kinship. I don't know whether it's just because they were all single women and all telling parts of my story. But I felt watching it like you get it. And like I said in one of my videos as a prelude to going live and talking about it a little bit more today, was that I got the sense that, Tyler Perry, having been raised by a single mother and wrote and directed the story, I don't know how long it took him to write it, but I know he said it took him 4 days to shoot this. And I know that he said when writing the story, he already had in mind who he wanted to play each part. And I think all of them could have probably done it and done a masterful job at it. But having it come from Taraji P. Henson, my Virgo sister, as the lead, and knowing how much she is an advocate for mental health and, taking care of yourself and making sure that you are good, you are right, your heart is good. Before anything else is done, take care of you. And that's something that as women, no matter what color you are, nationality, where you come from, whatever, we all get that feeling like we're pouring out to so many people, your family, your friends, your significant other. We're pouring, 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 and nobody's filling back up your cup. And then when you're deleted and depleted and don't have anything else to give or to help yourself get through, then people are like, well, what's going on with you? What's happening with you? And what do you immediately say? Oh, nothing. I'm all right. I'm all right. You're all right till you're not all right. And then when you're not all right, it's probably at a point where you probably could have needed that helping hand along the way. but we're too prideful, we're too closed in. We don't want people to see everything that's going on, and that could be a detriment to us as women. Kat said, I watched it while working on a video project. Nope, nope, nope. You need to watch it again, Kat. You need to watch it again with no distractions, with no like phone buzzing. Like I turned my phone off and I was rooted to watching this movie. I had my snacks all prepared. I had my wine because definitely I needed it after the movie. Like it affected me in that way. But I have not felt as connected to a story as much as I was connected to this one. Because it hit me on a lot of different levels. And those who know, if you know, you know. You know my story, you know. Hey, Susan, welcome in. Thanks for coming. Hey, 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 everybody. Yes, we all connect with movies, music in different ways. That's why I love them so much. I'm sure you can completely understand what I meant by that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do. I was more familiar with Tyler's more comedy-centric movies, mainly the Medea, Boo Halloween. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, video you guys may see around July 10th. Oh, wonderful. Yay, you're getting back in the game. I'm so happy that you are, because you are a resource. You are a resource. So definitely keep telling those stories and keep sharing with us. We love it. I wasn't familiar with Tyler's more serious game like that. Yeah, yeah. It's good. Number one so far on Netflix in the US and in UK. So go off, Tyler. I love it. Go off. Morning, everyone. Morning, Karen. Thank you so much for coming. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And also underneath the chat, there's some emojis you can use, like hearts and party hats, all that good stuff. And we need to use those. You need to let those at YouTube know that, hey, listen, watch her stuff. She's good. Watch her stuff. Put her out there in the algorithm. So I love that. Kat says she's only getting back in the game since someone else is editing. It's a collab video. A lot of creators are on it too. Oh, awesome. Tell me more about it. I don't mind getting on it. Let me know what's going on. I love a good collab. All right, babes. So we are going to put our makeup on today. I'm not going to stop and mention every single product, but as per usual, everything will be down in the description box when we finish cycling through this video, because it's a live stream. And definitely, I want you guys, if you're in the market and you need something good, check it out. Check it out. Karen says, Shannon, I was watching your skin therapy live yesterday. Very important live. Thank you. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do when I started this channel is I wanted to educate as well as entertain. And I wanted for my babes, because you are my people, I wanted y'all to come away with a feeling that, wow, I learned something and it was fun and entertaining too. So I'm very thankful that you watched it and that you appreciate it. I really enjoy that. Thank you. Put it in the comments below too for that video. Right? That's what I'm saying. She working on a collab video and ain't call us. How you do that? The video won't be beauty related, but is looking at a topic I feel very passionate about. It's looking at cultural appreciation versus cultural appropriation in music. mostly in K-pop. Okay. Okay. Yes, makeup is always changing. And we're going to talk about that too, because, baby, let me give you the tea on what's going on in the beauty space. Girl, can we gossip? And so many others are working on the video with me. So happy to be making this video finally. Okay. Yeah, definitely let me know what's going on. And I am trying to get a date where, girl, can we gossip and I can go back to talk about more of this Diddy case, because new things are popping every freaking day. And I'm all caught up now, so I definitely want to talk about it. But let's get into the other topic that I wanted to talk about today. And listen, it is all of this talk about beauty. So I really want us to understand what is going on here, and why we need to kind of be a little bit more wiser with our coin, be a little bit more educated about what is happening and what you need to do or what you need to stop doing. And let's have a conversation here, because the dialogue is always two ways. So I started going through, the rabbit hole, as I normally do when I feel a way about a topic that has hit me. And I'm going to tell you that there is a shift that is shaking up the vanities across the globe, honey. And when I tell you, the more I started investigating it, the more I started feeling like, well, there's a point to this story. And that is that the beauty industry, especially as it relates to luxury beauty, there's something happening, babe. There's a slowdown happening. And there is some things that are happening behind the scenes that I want you all to know. Let me put a little bit on my chin as well. That I want you all to know. First of all, luxury beauty as we know it, and let me not get it twisted here, because as I say luxury beauty, I'm talking about, yes, the higher ends like the Chanels, the Dior's, the YSLs of the world, the Pradas, all of that. But baby, my drugstore darlings are also feeling the pinch, and they are not immune to what is happening in the industry as a whole. So don't get it twisted that it's just affecting luxury and that it's not hitting your everyday CVS or Walgreens or wherever you shop for your beauty products, because everybody is feeling this pinch. So just to keep it all in perspective, Estee Lauder, which is one of the biggest beauty houses that there is, and they have a lot of brands underneath their umbrella, and some are drugstores, some are luxury, whatever. They have reported a 21% profit drop. 21%. Their worst in recent memory. Okay. They have laid off a lot of people as a result of it. So many of my counterparts that I know who work for Estee Lauder and Estee Lauder's umbrella brands are feeling the pinch. They're feeling the pinch. They're feeling, the ones who are still there, they're feeling the drive of, we need to turn this around quickly. So what do you have? What product innovations do you have? What things can you do to improve the margin? It's heavy. L'Oreal, not only are they feeling it on the drugstore level, but now they're more luxe products have flatlined in North America. This is after years and years of continual growth, it flatlined. Shiseido, I love them dearly, but they are cutting forecasts and restructuring just to survive everything that's going on. And even Elf Beauty, you know, the TikTok darling, they're forecasting slower growth for the rest of 2025. They have quietly increased their prices. So if you've ever bought a product in more recent times, listen, you know, you may know, or you may not have realized it. They have changed their product prices, and it has gone up from either $1 more to as much as $2 more for some of the products that they carry. I love this. Hey, TC. Hey, TC. Yeah, there is definitely something happening. You're right. Definitely. And, you know, we all seen what's going on with the luxury handbags, like, you know, knockoffs are getting a resurgence again. It was always like underneath the surface, like if you knew, you knew. Like if you lived in New York, everybody knows Canal Street was like the place to be for like the knockoffs, but not getting the ones that were on the floor, you know, underneath like a blanket or whatever, on top of a blanket. But those ones that they had in the back that you got to go through the different, you know, vehicles to kind of get there. And then once you're there, like stuff that they don't have out in display that are really like high quality, that's where they were. And even though I didn't like buy a whole lot of discounted or, you know, those kind of bags, I did happen to purchase a couple of things that fell off a truck or two. I did happen to go into department stores like Century 21, which in the 90s and mid 80s, honey, the place to go for beauty, for designer bags, designer shoes, all real stuff. But for whatever reason, the buyers couldn't move that product. And so they ended up coming to, sorry, y'all know it's not my show if I don't drop something like a pigeon. But you can go in there and get the latest shoes or a season back or what have you, and pay much less than you would in the store. Like every now and then you can get something at a Nordstrom's rack or at a TJ Maxx that they have like that designer section. I think it's called Off the Runway. They have one here in Norwalk, Connecticut. So if you're in Connecticut, check it out. But I would go on Wednesdays because that's when they had the new stuff out. Got to get you a little spy over at your favorite department stores because they will tell you when the good stuff comes out. So I have my little spies at TJ Maxx. Let me know what's tea. Okay? And take care of them. Slip them a little something on the side. Kat said, I told y'all on Brits Live I was fulfilling my one video a year quota. May end up making a beauty video too this year, depending if there's enough interest in it after I drop this video. Of course there'll be enough interest for it. Let's go. Yes, Sylvia, go for it, Kat. QVC, same thing. QVC, they have a lot of brands under their umbrella, and they showcase some of these brands as well that I mentioned, and they're feeling the pinch too. Because hey, if you got to decide whether to get these eggs for $20 or get some new lip gloss, let's be real, we going for the eggs. I was gonna say the lip gloss, but that's just me. But hang on a second, because honey, I got these lights going on and your girl is hot. And I was trying to keep this doggone ponytail up, but as you can see, it's falling all over the place because it's hot. It's hot and it's muggy hot here. Let me see. What about these people's alternative careers? What are these people's alternative careers? Oh, what are their alternative careers? A lot of people are turning to like doing other things, like switching gears altogether. TC said, I'm experiencing $2 increases. Yeah, it's not, noticeable unless you're looking and really observant about how much you pay for things. And, although I love to splurge on a luxe product, I watch what's happening. And you've seen like instances where a lot of people have been slowly and not so quietly increasing their prices. So if you look at the handbags, they've already gone up, and like ridiculously so. So I'm talking about the Chanel's, the Louis Vuittons. Their prices right now are obscene. And if I were, in the handbag, game like that, like I used to be back in the day, I would be like, you ain't getting my money. You ain't getting my money. I remember my first like real designer go into the store purchase, and that was Louis Vuitton. I got an Alma bag, and the Alma bag is like it's shaped a little bit like almost like a croissant, kind of like it like curves out. Maybe I could show you a picture of it. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, here it is. And actually, this is very similar to what I have. All right, so let me show you this. So this is the monogram Alma bag, and I actually have this bag. This is the actual bag that I have, just like this. It's up in my closet because I got that with my first like big time job back in the 90s, I think. Yeah, 90s, because I was working at an advertising agency. I was feeling myself. I was making good money. And so I treated myself to this bag. And at the time that I bought it, it was maybe $600, $700. Wasn't that much. For a new one today's prices, over $2,000. That same bag that I just showed you. Go into a Louis Vuitton store, it's $2,000 and up, depending on what kind of style you want it in. Pharrell's line under Louis Vuitton, almost $10,000 for these bags. Now, those are beautiful, and if I had, $2 million, $3 million sitting in the bank, and I had discretionary income like that, I would purchase it. I would, because I love that bag and I know the cost per wear. I know you're not high end. Yeah, mandatory pigeon drop. It never fails, right? It never fails. Every time I'm on here, I drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Anywho, so $2,000 for Rails bag. Like I said, $10,000. If I had it, I would get it. Maybe not in the store. Maybe on one of those pre-loved shops. Because if it's in excellent condition and it's pre-loved and there's not a whole lot of scratches and whatever on there, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, I would not do that. I would not. Yes, please press that like button. Share it out if you can. Caring is sharing. Filene's Basement. Yes, Susan. Yes, I remember Filene's Basement. They're another one that used to have, if you knew, you knew, right? They used to have the things, all of the things, okay, that us women love. Who else? Oh, now you got me thinking, girl. Remember Barney's? Barney's was another one. Let me tell you, I went into Barney's one day back when it was still, in its heyday. And baby, I got a pair of Prada pumps in blue. And they were, no lie, $20. $20. I'm going to say it again. Prada shoes, $20. I still have them somewhere around here. I still have them because I was like, oh, this is never going anywhere. Okay. And I am so bad with like my shoes. Like, I worked, like I said, on Wall Street and I've worked in Soho. So if you've ever been to those places in New York, there are cobblestones everywhere. Everywhere. And so I would be tearing up my shoes on a daily, on a regular, because there's nothing else you can do to combat it. It's there and you just got to deal with it. And so I would have to get higher end shoes because if I didn't, I'd crack a heel or break my leg or twist an ankle or something with those cobblestones. And back then, they were making these shoes to last. They were making these shoes like, okay, you gonna be doing some things? Yeah, I got something for you. And that's why I love, yes, Human in Philadelphia too. Girl, this heat. I feel like, and I said this, I think on my last live, I swear to God, I think April and May was like, I'm gonna give you 1 day of spring, 5 days of fall, some other random weather with some rain, and then June said, I would give you a day of spring and then all of summer. I feel like we are in summer right now. Like legit, I'm like fanning my face like I do in the summertime between putting the layers on. And so, when it's hot like this, I need to layer my face. So this is going to be a little longer of a live because I have to go in and spritz between layers. Yes. My half sister is a Capricorn, so I get it. And Scorpios. Yeah, Scorpios are like that too. And believe it or not, Virgos are like that. We pay for quality, We do pay for quality. But baby, no, they were leather, navy blue Prada shoes. I still have them. So I'll bring them out. Like I have to dig for them. So once I dig for them and I find them, I'll share it either in a post or on camera, something so that you all can see it. But yeah, no joke. Prada. Prada. And I've gotten a lot of like Prada, Jimmy Choo's for like much less money. Remember the Jimmy Choo butterfly shoes? I think those were like regularly $1,200 or something. Honey, I got a pair in yellow that I got. I think those might have been from Barney's too. If not, oops. Yeah, I see the F bomb. I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it. Anywho, I don't know if it was Barney's or Century 21, but it was one of those discount stores. And I'm telling you, those shoes, not on sale, were $1,200. And I think when they finally did go on sale, they were like maybe $700 or $800. I got them for like 100 and change. And I still have those as well. Jimmy Choo's. And every time I pull those things out, one of my sorority sisters, who also is like a luxe lover like myself, she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you still have those shoes." I was like, "I will have these shoes forever." And when I need to resole them, if I need to, like put those little lifts on them or something, I'll go right to my cobbler. You have to get yourself a good cobbler too, especially if you're doing high-end shoes. You have to get yourself a good cobbler because a bad one will mess up your shoes like nobody's business. Your cancer. Oh, and then I showed it. Darn it, me. Say, BC Canada. Yeah. Definitely in summer. Yes, girl. Summer is here. Summer is here on the 8th. Listen, Mother Nature said, I don't give a good god darn what y'all say. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay? I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah, I'm demonetized now. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. All right, so let me tell you some other stats and numbers while we are fanning and putting on more makeup. So the rest of my makeup that I'm going to put on, I think I'm going to use all creams, and then I'm going to layer the powder on top, which is something that I do when I want to like make sure my makeup lasts a good while. I will put the cream on and then layer it with powder. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just matting this down again after we use the Caudalie spray just to keep it matte. And I put a little bit of powder on it as well, just to keep it all together. All right, so we talked about the prices, but let's also talk about how they are trying to really, gouge us. Because I got to tell you, when I started looking at some of these things that are going on, I was like, what's going on? What's happening? So, the beauty industry, like I said, is struggling. Luxury beauty is now feeling the pinch. And, we talked about some things that are, already happening in the luxury beauty, and some of our favorite brands who for a long time, we counted on them for quality products at reasonable prices. And now that's all changed. So here's what is fueling the decline of luxury beauty, in my opinion. First of all, although we love a glam moment, right? Even myself, as I said, we are smarter shoppers. I think one of the things that hit me was not the beauty prices, but the prices of like average everyday items, like the price of milk that did a hike, the price of eggs that's still quietly climbing, even though they said it was going down, still quietly, still climbing. Not at the levels it was before, but still there. Um, we have uh, not even in drugstores, but at our luxury places, right? We saw Tom Ford. Honey, we used to be able to get those quads, those eyeshadow quads for what, like $68? Now those same quads are $90. The foundation is now $95. Ridiculous. Chanel skincare bumped up between 6 to 10%, depending on what you're buying. And it's been that way since 2023. So we're in 2025 now. So you got to think over the past 2 years, that has been silently bumping up steadily within these past 2 years to the point where it's now 6 to 10% for the skincare alone. Now, I don't buy a whole lot of Chanel skincare. Like I can maybe count on one hand how many actual Chanel products that I have that are skincare based. So it doesn't affect me directly. But if you do buy Chanel skincare, you should care. And even if you don't buy Chanel skincare, you should care, because if they're bumping them up 6 to 10% over the past 2 years, what do you think is going to come next? If you guessed makeup, you would be correct. So think of it this way. Everything that we think, oh, hey, this is really cool. This is really cute. I want to get this. Don't get it because it's a fad. Get it because you really want to. And I do this now too. So for me, it falls under two categories. Will it enhance my already vast collection of luxury products? Or is it something that I feel that I'm going to use year after year in a way that price comparison year over year, it's worth the money for me. It's worth the splurge for me. So if I'm going to use it, like let's say it has a 18-month shelf life and I use it for 2 years steadily, that's worth it to me because it's a product that I'm going to use time and time again. I may even hit pan on some things because I'm being very frugal, very mindful of what I want to splurge on versus what I want to spend on. So, like I said, even the drugstores are not immune to this. If we look at Maybelline, we look at Neutrogena, we look at Elf, as we mentioned before, all of these other brands quietly raised prices too, between 5 and 12% since 2024. That's only a year's jump. And it's more than the Chanel, which only raised between 6 and 10. We're talking 12% in a year for some products. Maybelline and Neutrogena. So you telling me my Maybelline quick little mascara in a pinch, the pink and green bottle, still undefeated for a bargain mascara at a drugstore price. But now, think about it. You could probably get something a little bit higher in price and it'll last you longer. I never counted on nothing from no brand. They would. And once again, I flashed it. Sorry. Stop saying bad words. My will to live in this economy is the only thing that's dropped. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for saying that's the joke. Hey, Brit, how are you? Girl, we talking about these prices of these luxury and drugstore brands. Like, tell me in the chat, guys, what's your favorite brand that you love to get in a pinch? Me, I always talk about the L'Oreal mascara primer for a drugstore primer for mascara. Listen, I love it. Undefeated. Love it. Love it. We'll get it all the time. Now the price of that is almost as much as the Lancome one I get, which at the last time I looked was maybe $3 difference between the Lancome, which is considered mid-tier, and the freaking L'Oreal. I mean, come on. Come on. So I'm telling you, what's happening here is going to continue happening unless we start taking some action. Now, on the drugstore game, I'm telling you now, go look at some of your favorite brands. Check them out. See if they're on discounted places like Amazon. Believe it or not, Walmart. This Ciroc Beauty, that is, hold please. Let me look and see how much Ciroc is now. Hold please. Let me look. Dewdrop Foundation. Okay. Right now, if you go to Ciroc Beauty for this bottle of Dewdrop Foundation, it is $75. I have bought it from Ciroc Beauty for $75. You know where I got this one from? Walmart. You know how much I paid for it? $23. $23. That's because I did have a coupon, but even without the coupon, and I believe it also was like a sale going on, it was like $30 without anything. Limited looks in terms of like shade ranges, but I was able to find mine, and this is number 12. So there you go. If you want to do a little sleuthing, I'm going to tell you now, you can get some of your favorite luxury items for a fraction of the cost. You just got to be willing to go and do some sleuthing. Now, I could do the sleuthing for you if you want to get products that you love or just want to see, what we can get, right? I have, discount codes and links where you can get a lot of different things. But yeah, I dropped the link for this to people. I think it was members only. I can't remember if it was members only or all my subscribers. But I do drop links to things that I find that you can get for drugstore like prices on high end stuff. Yep, yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, thank you for coming in, TC. I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. But yep, yep. I'm telling you, I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. All right. So we also talked about the groceries or the the struggle. No struggle at all. But if it's groceries or gloss, bills or blush, you already know what's going to take place. But even as we kind of think about what's going on in both places, the groceries have gone up and the gloss has gone up. And when we think about these people who are being laid off, are being underpaid for the jobs that they do, who are just living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck because everything has gone up and rent has gone up and everything else related to your day-to-day things that you kind of take for granted, all of it is going up across the board. Put some blush on. This is Mimi. I knew there was a little hair on my face. I just had to find it. All right, so I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to bounce this on it, which still has a little bit of my foundation on it, so that if anything moves, I also have a little bit of foundation to kind of make sure it doesn't completely erase what I've already done and put on my face. So that's the real big issue. And then for me, I'm also feeling that over launch overload. Like, I thought it was bad last year, but I feel like it's even worse this year. It's like not even every week something new is coming out. It feels like every day something new is coming out. Like, you can look at, some of these Instagram beauty news pages in the morning and see a whole bunch, and then come back that afternoon, you see even more. Come back later on that evening, you see even more. So you see what I'm saying? It's like every second it's something new. And I don't know about all of you, I'm getting fatigued by it. I used to do a lot of, let's look, let's see if we, want to buy and everything. But I feel like nowadays, I'm going to use a little bit of Mothership number 6 for this look today. And I'm going to use a little bit of the brown just to get that outer V going. I feel like now it's just too much. It's too much. I have some things that I feel like, all right, if I'm going to splurge, I'm going to splurge on these things. And I'll show those to you in just a second. But I feel like, and let me know, babes, because I know a lot of you on here are my fellow babes that love a little luxe beauty, luxe makeup. And let me know what your thoughts are, because I really feel like it's a lot of products dropping all at once. Also, I want to know what your thoughts are about this whole ingredient transparency. I feel like a lot of people are throwing a lot of ingredients at us saying, oh, we help do this, we help do that, da 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 da. And when you look at where they are on the ingredients list, and remember, I shared with you before about trusting or not trusting these ingredients. The first like 7 products that you read on any ingredients list, those are the ones that have the most of that ingredient in it. So by the time you get to the end, you're talking less than 1%. So if you look, a lot of these ingredients have like 15 ingredients. Some have even 20 ingredients in it. By the time you get to those last few, it's like next to nothing. But because they're putting like a micro drop of it in there, they can list it as an ingredient. And we have not changed. And I did a video on this a long time ago, but we have not changed as a United States federal drug and beauty management. We have not changed our standards, what we mandate to be ingredients listed in our products. We haven't changed that since the 1940s. I'm gonna say it again, since the 1940s. We have not changed our policies on what we do. Right, Brittany. Right. Listen, if we're making it to the next check, agreed. So agreed. And that's not lost on me. That's not lost on me. There are millions of people right now who started off as middle class, hell, even maybe upper middle class, that are feeling this pinch in a way that the average American is. And so when we look at our country as a whole and what we are going through, not so dissimilar to other countries that we consider poorer than us. Okay? We're not so dissimilar. Okay? Some of us might even be a paycheck or two away from being them. That's nothing to gloss over. That's nothing to take lightly, especially if you have a family that you're taking care of. Buying a ticket to China and buying 20 Birkins for $200 at this rate. Yep. And then flip them when you get here. Flip them when you get here. And don't be fooled, babes. Don't be fooled, because even those who have the discretionary income, even those who are that like 1% and can shop and buy whatever they want, they are still purchasing knockoff, counterfeit, those products made in China that they're telling you all, oh, it's made in China, but they always made these things in China. Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them don't, but some of them do. But I'm gonna tell you what, they still are feeling that sticker price like the rest of us. And for those who can afford to get it, but simply don't want to because they know that, hey, this could have been a bag had been manufactured in China. But as long as they get their source material from France or Italy or wherever, they can still say made in blah, 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 even though they ship it overseas to be produced. If they're getting their pieces from France or from Italy or wherever, they can still say made in blah, blah, blah. And again, you can thank your federal government for not putting any restrictions on this so that they can dupe you. They can, make it seem like, oh, if you don't buy it from here, then you're not getting quality. You're not getting blah, blah, blah. Girl, if y'all don't stop with this nonsense, It's the same thing, stupid. It's the same thing. And I'm calling myself stupid, not y'all stupid. It's the same thing. Also, let's talk about the social media saturation because, you know, we're all guilty. We see these people on TikTok and Instagram that are making all of these videos. Hey, we're content creators too, right? Even content creators are susceptible to influencers that have that influence, right? Even that, they put filters on filters on filters when they create a lot of their content, which is why you always see me, especially for Sunday Sips, come in with a bare face because I want you to know what my skin looks like without any makeup on it. And then you see the transformation with the makeup once it's done. But I'm going to tell you now, there's a lot of people who have been duping y'all badly. They put so many filters on that when you finally see their actual face, you're like, oh, I know I had this face. This right here. When I saw some of the people that I follow, that I, say, oh wow, she really makes good content. Let me give her a follow. Let me, see what else she does. Girl, when I looked and saw their faces without makeup and without all those filters that they put on the TikTok and the Instagram and stuff, I was like, girl, all that makeup you putting on, you better be putting on some skincare. You better have some good skincare. You better go and get a facial at least once a quarter because you need more hydration. You need more ingredients that pour moisture into your skin because, baby, something going on that ain't right. How my man Keith Sweat used to say, something just ain't right. It just ain't right. Listen, I've seen it. It just ain't right. It just ain't right. And that's why I was like, all right, well, when I do my channel, this is how I'm going to come on. I'm going to do a face beat, but beyond that or before that, I'm going to tell you, I take care of my skin and I've always taken care of my skin. Okay. I was with my family who valued skincare over makeup, over, anything, because if you want a good, flawless application, you've got to have good skin. You've got to. Or else it's like putting lipstick on a pig. It just ain't right. Listen, that part. Yup. Listen, go on over there and get you some. Cop some Chanel bags too, girl. Yup. Cop some Chanel bags over there too. Listen, if I can get me a good person who, get some things, you know, what we used to call them Pookie and them. If I could find me a Pookie and them that got some things or some things, and those who know. If you know, you know. Then, honey, I would be doing a little underground luxury, little something with the handbags too. That part. So much misinformation, girl, and playing hide the cheese or move the needle. Because while you looking over here at something else, they doing something over here. I don't splurge randomly either. Like I'm telling you the real. My whole mode this year, and it really started last year, but I've kicked it into high gear this year. If it's not something that will enhance my already collection, I don't get it. If it's not something that I'm really passionate about enough that I'm going to use it over and over and over again because I love it, so then I'm not going to get it. And I'm not going to get it. And even if I do get it, I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers, and I was before, but I'm really not anymore, that will go and get like the complete line of XYZ because I want y'all to see all the colors. Now, I'm not knocking those who do. I'm really not, because if you can, why not? If they give it to you, why not? But they're going to give it to some and not to others. And again, that's a whole other topic that if you know, you know. But if they're not going to give it to you, if they're not going to, let you have the same opportunities that some others are afforded, then why should you spend your hard-earned coin? And yes, that's right, I said coin. I know. On products to get like the whole thing up. You see this pimple right here? So let me tell you about that pimple. So this pimple is from me eating candy and junk for the past week and a half. I've been on such a junk food craze. And then I really went overboard when I did the snacks for the Tyler Perry movie. So I'm going to be chilling for the next few weeks, and for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be chilling, because when that came up, that was a reminder. Oh, chick, you ain't immune. You talking about these other chicks that do XYZ, and you know good and darn well that you was in here eating a whole bunch of crap and not fueling your skin like you should be. So my bad. Remember the hockey puck from Mother Pat? Baby, hold please. The hockey puck, okay, from Pat McGrath. Baby, get into it. Did y'all get it? Because when I got this, I definitely said this is going to be one that's going to be in my collection. And I am going to use this. And you can put this in the skincare refrigerator too, by the way. XYZ, by the way. You can put this in your skincare fridge. But I keep it in a cool, dry place so that I can use it time and time again. And even though I got my little passenger here, I'm still going to use my hockey puck. Because, baby, when people don't stop no show. Not around here, these parts. Hey, there's pigs that enjoy lipstick. Girl. You can put lipstick on a pig, but that don't mean it's right. Something just ain't right. It just ain't right. Listen, that part. I would bring you back 1 or 2 bags, but not enough to start an operation. Dang, come on, girl. You gotta hook it up. I'll pay for shipping. Listen, we could start an operation here. Get him. You back to be enjoyed, not flip. Oh, okay. So, listen. You gotta keep me away from your bag now. Listen. I had gummy bears too for my snack. But Bay got an even bigger sweet tooth than I do. So y'all think I'm bad? He's worse. She need to bring back these highlighters. Everyone, shout on them because they look like hockey. It was a golden hockey puck. And this can also be used as a weapon of mass destruction. Okay? Somebody come and bother you, pop them beside the head with this here hockey puck. They won't bother you no more. That part. Gone too soon. I love these highlights. Yes, honey. Let the pigs express themselves. They can. They can if they want to. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. All right. So I know you're probably wondering, Babe Bella, what's on your list? What are the things that you want to like splurge on? What are the things you got your eye out for? Well, I'm gonna tell you my splurge list. So far, now that we're in half the year, and some of the things I've gotten already, but there's some things I still haven't gotten. It's still on my list. And these are the Bella approved splurge list. Now you can splurge if you want. Get one, get two, get them all if you can afford it. But these are the things that I liked, that I splurged on. And not going so far back into the beginning of the year because I have a video that's coming out for that. All of the things that I splurged on so far for the first half of the year and what I feel about makeup as a whole for the first half of the year. So please look out for that. That's coming soon. But here are the ones that I feel that me, Shannon, wants to splurge on. That new Dior Backstage Rosy Cream Blush, I love. I feel that she's that girl, right? For the summer, because she's super pigmented, she's buildable. If you have the corresponding powder, you can layer it on and it gives you that blurred, soft moment that is so classic to use and enjoy. You know me, I love a classic look. I know it's mascara time. You know what time it is. So for me, anything that gives me that soft glam, that classic look, I'm all in. Now, I have a lot of the Dior powder blushes in the old formula, but I am going to try one in that new formula. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 creams, one of the new creams and one of the existing shade creams. And then I'm going to get one new powder and I'm going to compare it. One with the new cream versus in the powder versus on this side with the new cream and new powder, and see if the new powder is really needed or not. They said one of the biggest things on the new powder and new cream is that it is pH balanced. So, it can bring out whatever your pH balance is as you are doing and using the cream or the powder. So I want to see what that is. My guess is it's a lot of hype, maybe a lot of gimmick to that, but we'll see. I always try to give everything a shot at least once so I could tell y'all what the real is. So I definitely want to try that. I've got to try a mascara. The one that I really want to try is the Dior, that new over curl mascara. It's supposed to have a new formula. It's supposed to be ultra black. And it's supposed to give your lashes a nice lift and volume and length without flaking. And that's big for me, babes, because I don't like dry, flaky lashes. That's the biggest way to get mascara to break your lashes, is if they dry them out so bad that you have flakes. So definitely want to try that. It's supposed to be like your lashes but better. And you know, I love a good lash moment that gives me a falsy look without having to put on falsy lashes. Then we have a couple of highlighters. So my three that I'm looking at, that YSL Eclat Glow Shot highlighter. And I keep saying this every year, and I wish they would listen to me and do it at least one time. Stop with all these long behind names. Like, nobody's going to remember that at all. So why are you giving us 4 or 5 names for your children, your product children? We just going to say when we go into the store, where's that new YSL mascara or blah, blah, blah? We are not going in there asking for the whole name. We ain't even going to Google the whole name. So you telling us all of these different names is not helping. It's not helping. Hello, it's not helping. Also, that Prada, that skin illuminator. Excuse me, that's code for highlighter again. It is a new formula. It's pricey. But from everything that I heard, that Prada gives you like a high-end glow without any glitter. And it layers so effortlessly on your skin, so much that whatever you put on, whether it is powder or a cream or whatever, it does not lift anything up. It just gives you that grown woman shimmer. Okay. And we all love a grown woman shimmer. Okay. Me included. I'm also eyeing that Prada new lip oil stick. I just put it on again, my YSL ones. This is the buttercream ones. Love these. And then I also have their oil shines, which I showed you guys last week, as well as their like regular lipsticks. I love them. But the Prada, the one that I have is a matte formula, but I want to try this this lip oil stick. I'm told that it also gives you that kind of quiet luxury lip that makes you feel like you are big money without saying a word, right? It just makes you look like you just dripping with money. And hey, if I ain't dripping with money, at least I like to look like I'm dripping with money. That part. And then you all know the YSL eyeshadow quads, they just make sense. They make sense. These are quads that for me have replaced Tom Ford and their high expensive quads. Because when I say I want to look like I have done an effortless look, like this, darling. That part. Honey. And that was using the Mothership number 6, which is Midnight Sun. I used this one. And then for the outer V, I did use this. And then I topped it off with the Yucca palette from Natasha Denona. And I put this in that inner corner. So that's that brightness that you see on the inner corner. And I also carried it through to the lower lash line and then finished it off with the Midnight Sun Green, which is called, in case you're wondering, Wicked Envy. That's what the green shade is in the mothership. I got that for that Wicked Envy shade because I love me a green. I love me a green. Hey, that highlighter is about to be involved in the Pride Month breakup. No! Which one? Which one? Oh my God. Tell me about it. Hit me on the side. You know how to get me. Karen says she has to talk to us later. She has to go shower and get ready for a girl day with the bestie. Oh, enjoy. Enjoy. I hope it's not hot like it is here. Yes. Oh, I enjoy you too. Love the chit chat. It's just watered down highlighter. Oh no, girl. No, girl. The girls are fighting. All I'm gonna say, oh my God. Oh my God. Girl. But aren't the girls always fighting though? Aren't they always fighting over one thing or another? Child. Had to go in with my quarterly. Babes, every summer I'm using this. And I always have to get more before the summer ends because I use it like crazy. I actually had some left over from last summer. Who would have thunk it? But as you can see, I'm almost at the end, so I do have to get another one. So babes, but if you want something that it's not a traditional makeup setting spray, but baby, it sure acts like it. It sure acts like it. Yes. They always fighting about something. But that's okay because it gives us more tea to talk about spilling here on the channel. All right, babes. So let's recap what was done. Let me throw out my little banners. Y'all like my little banners? My little sayings? So here's my final say on things. In a nutshell, go see the movie on Netflix. If you have a Netflix account, go do it. If your friend has a Netflix account, use it. All you need is her password for a second to watch the movie. That's all. Give it no QT, girl. Anyway, you ain't heard it from me, but you heard it from me. Don't tell everybody. Go see the movie and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like I said, without doing any spoilers, I want us to really have a conversation about it. And then as it relates to these price hikes, baby, at the end of the day, do what's best for you. Although I want it all right now, I know from me and my life and the way I'm moving about these days, it's not feasible for me to get it all in one setting. So I got to pace myself. I got to get what I need to get. And so, you'll see, some trying on new makeup from me, and you'll probably see me do like maybe 3 or 4 different products at a time. Because again, the ones that I do get, the ones that I am passionate about, and there's some that I didn't mention because I already have it, but I want to dole this out because again, it's about being smarter, even with my content, than just putting it all out there. Because then once it's all out there, you're going to be like, okay, well, what's next? And I want to always, have some things to talk about. And also I have some things that I've gotten already that, or that is in my collection already that we still haven't really talked about. Like, have we done a dedicated yucca palette? No, we haven't. So let's break that out for the babes who got it and for the babes who didn't get it, but you have some colors that are similar. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. So I definitely want to bring those back. And then I also want to talk more about what's happening in the beauty industry. So you're going to see more talk about that as we go along too. But I do want to start the dialogue and send, some stuff your way. Just sent in the DMs. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Send me the video information too. Of course. All right, babes. As always, I'm here for you, whatever you need. If you need to know about, what's popping off in beauty this week, call me, holla at your girl. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere you are, I probably am, all at Brown Girl Bella. So I'm there. Hit me up. Let me know what you want me to share with you next. See the movie. Buy what you want to buy. Save where you want to save. And always, you get Bellafied. And with that, we're going to end our stream with a little music. So this is my new outro. I hope you enjoy it. Stay bellified and keep it luxe, ladies.
She's the glow in the room, that golden flame. Every motion makes it, whispers my name. Class and confidence tucked in a lace. She don't chase the look, she is the taste. Set in touch, she's divine. Stepping out in her perfect line. Velvet eyes and a sultry sway. She's got that bella way. Hook, she'll get you bellified. You can see the shine. Elevated, soft glam, dripping in time. Natural cheek with a luxe design. That's Brown Girl Bella, redefining fine. Instrumental drop, ambient reverb. With diamond dreams, soft as rose. She walks like a verse nobody knows. In her mirror you'll find the light. Timeless fierce, she owns the right. Ink on her lashes, gloss on her lips. She speaks in elegance, walks in hits. When she leaves, it lingers in the air. A luxe affair beyond compare. She'll get you bellified. Can't miss the glow. From the crown down, she's stealing the show. Signature style, head to toe. That's Brown Girl Bella, just so you know. You've just been bellified. Stay luxe, babe.